Hey everyone, how are you doing? Come on in, come on in, come on in. Hey Nakiba, how are you? Good to see you, sister. I'm coming on today. How is the weather up in New York? The weather is hot here in Jacksonville, Florida. I think it's like 90 degrees. It's awesome. Girls, hot. I am inside. Hey, tour guide 216. I'm sorry, 2016. Y'all come on in. I have some important, valuable information that I'd like to share with you guys. Come on in. So I am Dr. AJ, the wifepreneur. And let me tell you a little bit about myself. You saw the headline that said why you should go to community college. I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a chiropractor. I'm also a college professor. I've been teaching college for about 8 years now. And I was in school for 12 years after high school. So I am an expert about college. Community college is one of the best opportunities for you to learn about yourself. Now, I want to address some issues, or some things you should be thinking about as parents. Because if you're parents like I am, now my children are very young, so I have a while, but I still think about it. And if you're on here, you probably getting ready for your teenagers' college. They're probably going to college within the next 2 to 3 years. That's something that you should think about. And so community college is a great option. Now, when I was a teenager, when I was in high school graduating, let's see, that was over 20 years ago. Yes, I know. I look young. Yes. Well, anyway, the stereotype was if you had bad grades and you want to go to college, you're not going to university, you're going to the local community college. If you had you didn't know you going to college, but you didn't know what you wanted to do or who you wanted to be, you go to community college. And then lastly, if you had no scholarship money, your parents didn't have any money to send you to school, that you were going to community college. Now, for me, I must say I was very blessed. So my parents were able to pay for my first 4 years of college. I have 3 degrees. So my parents were able to pay for my first 4 years. But most people are not able to have that advantage. So I want to give you this really great option, which is community college. Now, community college is much cheaper than a university. My first year at Kentucky State University was $7,000. If I really sat down and discussed with my parents about saving money and thinking ahead about paying money, thinking about how much it would cost them, or some people think about how much you was going to have to pay back, I probably would consider going to community college, because that $7,000 would have paid for 2 years of my community college. Basically my community college degree. And so because of that, I have a lot of students that, excuse me, y'all, this is my baby. I have a lot of students that come to me. I was an academic coordinator for about 1.5 years. And so I also do some advising with my students now. My students come to me and I sit there and I basically tell them things they need to take, point out their whole curriculum, and tell them how to save money. Now, community college is a great option. Why? I first just address the money part. But then there's smaller classes. The classes are much smaller. One of my classes when I went to university, because I went to universities, I had a class, one of my science classes was 100 people in it. So you were really just a number. You did not, if you need tutoring, you went to the tutoring lab, or you saw the teacher's assistant. You didn't talk to the professor. The professor didn't have time to have one-on-one with the student. So that was a major drawback. And And a lot of students now need that camaraderie with their instructor. They need to know that their instructor cares. And that boosts the morale. If you believe it or not, that boosts the morale in the classroom, and the students are more likely to do better if they know they have some type of working relationship with their instructor. And so the class is a lot smaller, so that means you have the opportunity to get to know your instructor, and that instructor knows you by name, and that really helps for the student to want to do better in class and not be afraid to ask questions. Because in a room with 100 people in it, I was afraid to ask questions. And then with the classes that I teach now, where the students are, my largest class is maybe 20 people, you're more likely to want to ask questions and not feel embarrassed about asking questions to your instructor. Now, the first 2 years of college is about the same with everybody, whether you go to a community college or a university. It's getting the general stuff out of the way. What I mean by general stuff, I'm talking about your math, your Englishes, your humanities, your history, some of your electives like appreciation to music, appreciation to art, U.S. history. All of those are prerequisites for you to get into the actual, like they say, the college, or getting to the profession that you want to, or the core classes, which actually goes towards what your career is supposed to be. And since they are the same, yes, community colleges are wonderful. And since they are the same, you might as well save that money and take them at a community college. Now, majority of community colleges have it where you can go to a bridge program at universities, where they will accept, if not all, but majority of your general studies. This, we call those general studies classes. That's your Englishes, your maths, your algebra, your public speaking, all of that. And so I say go to a community college. You're going to save money at smaller classes so you won't be intimidated. And this is one of my other points. If you have a teenager that you know they're not sure of what they want to do in life, they're not sure, they have like 2 or 3 options that they're considering, but they're not really definite on one and focused, they should go to community college. Because community college will set the stage and help them figure out what things they're going to like without getting to a major and then changing it, and then they have wasted thousands of dollars. And it's just easier on everybody. It's less financially stressful on everybody that's involved. If they don't know what they want to do, they have some idea but not quite sure, they should be at a community college. Now, community college is wonderful. I've taught at one of the top community colleges in South Carolina for 4 years, and they actually had a residential life. They had a dorm life. So there are community colleges, if you want your child to have that full college experience, there are community colleges maybe in your area or around the country that have dorms. However, and if it doesn't, then still consider going to community college. You will save lots of money if you know that you are a student that have to work. You know that you're going to have to work. You know that you're probably going to even have to have your own apartment and pay a car note, pay insurance and all that stuff. Community college is the way to go. The stress is lighter on the classes, much lighter, and it's much easier for you to talk to your professor. And it's much easier to get accommodated to college life. College life is very different. Hello, college life is very different from high school. You're independent. You either do your work or you don't. You're not going to have anybody stand behind you. Hey, did you do your homework today? Hey, you got a test to study for? Nothing like that. So community college will help you get in the habit, of going. You already know about changing classes being in high school, but I'm talking about actually, because you're not going to take every class every day. You take classes every other day, so it gets you acclimated about how to study. You learn about time management. They also have great tutoring tools and assessments at community college that's a little bit better than the ones on the university because it's on a large scale. So overall, hey, this is my baby, y'all. Overall, community college is one of the best way to go. If I could do it all over again, I would have started at a community college. And let me tell you, some degrees, some occupations that you have, some occupations that you go after, you don't have to have a bachelor's degree. Go to the community college. I say do not go to a for-profit school. Dr. AJ says do not go to a for-profit school. You are wasting money. For-profit school, as much as you pay at a university, you're going to pay for 2 years at a for-profit school. Don't do that. Go to a community college, get your AA degree, and then transfer to the school that you desire to go to. Community college is the way to go. I'm glad I was able to help you today. If you have any questions, email me at workwithdr.aj@gmail.com. I pray for good fortune in everything that you do and for your good health, that your everyday affairs prospers as well as your soul. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.